Hey everybody, Wendy Devereaux here. Welcome to my channel. I'm blinging up some butterflies that I got from the dollar store, and I'll leave a complete list of all the items that I end up using in my description box below, and I will point them out as I'm using them. So yeah, you guys, let's get started. I have 5 of these wooden butterflies. I picked these up from Dollar Tree, I think last year, but I see them there all the time. And then I have an 18 by 24 inch canvas that I'm going to use as my backdrop for my butterflies. But until my butterflies are painted and all blinged up, I'm not 100% sure yet what color I want to paint the canvas. So I'm going to leave it until last. So the first thing that I want to do is paint my butterflies. And these butterflies are 12 inches wide at the furthest point and about 7 inches this way. So they're a pretty big butterfly. I am going to use 3 different paints. One is bronze, craftsmart. It's a metallic. This is worn penny, also a metallic, DecoArt. And this one is copper, folkArt, also a metallic. So let's start with the copper. Just going to put a bit on my plate here. Need to make sure I paint the sides as well. Now, if it was springtime and warmer weather where I am, I would be spray painting these. But since it's not, I have to paint these indoors with acrylic paint. Okay, so the copper butterfly is done. I put 2 coats on the front, and I also put a quick coat on the back as well, just to clean it up. And I think I've come up with a better way of doing this because it is kind of tedious because of all of the detailing in the butterfly. So what I'm going to try is putting 2 pieces of printer paper together, because I don't want to make a mess of my surface. I'm going to take my other butterfly and I'm going to go with the bronze. I have my same brush. This is just a craft brush from probably Dollarama. Yeah, see, I'm able to do this faster with those little on the inside of the cutout part. So there's going to be drips on the back side. So what I'm going to do every once in a while is pull this butterfly up, and you'll see in a second here what I mean. And because it's the back side, I don't really care, as long as I have a nice smooth finish on the top side. So I'm just going to pull that up and just kind of feather that out, the drips, because when I come back to put that one coat on the back side, at least it won't be all drippy looking. Okay, my bronze butterfly is done on the front. I still have to put a coat of paint on the back. And now I'm going to paint this one with the worn penny. Okay, earlier on in the video, I mentioned that I wasn't going to paint my backdrop canvas until my butterflies were painted and blinged up. But as soon as I painted the first three in the three colors, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. So I ended up painting three of my butterflies in the bronze, one in the copper, and then one in the worn penny. My challenge was when I go to put my butterflies on my canvas, all of these cutouts, it's going to show the paint color on my canvas. So what I'm going to do is paint my canvas in the copper. Okay, I'll put a couple more coats on this and then I'll bring you back. Okay, so now it's time to bling up my butterflies, and I have a bunch of different glitters here. I'll point them out as I'm using them. And I have some more Totally Dazzled brooches and gems that I'm going to be using on my butterflies. And these are some beads that I had in my stash, and they either came from Michaels or they may have come from a necklace from Dollar Store. I have some gold crushed filler glass, and these are some jewel borders that I picked up from Dollar Tree. I'm going to adhere everything with my Tri-Art liquid glass today. Just have it in a little squeeze bottle here. So I'm going to start with one of my bronze butterflies. And I think the best way to do these, because crushed glass and glitter is going to fall through these holes, I'm going to keep it all inside this tray. I'm going to put some paper towel in there. And I have a little craft brush here. I'm just going to move that liquid glass around. Okay, and this is called Vintage Gold. It's a glass glitter, Recollections from Michaels. And I'm just going to remove that piece of paper towel because I don't want anything else mixed in with that. And I have my gold crushed filler glass. I'm going to take some of these bigger pieces out. Sprinkle a little bit of the glass glitter. And I'm going to use Champagne, extra fine Recollections. Okay, and except for the gems, this is all I'm going to do with this butterfly. And I'll put on the gems after my crushed glass and glitter is dry and brushed off. Okay, so this is my copper butterfly, and I'm going to put some jewel borders on it. And these are kind of a champagne color. And they have a self-adhesive backing. Maybe I shouldn't have pulled that right off. I'm going to start right here. Okay, and when I get up to the wing that I don't think I'm going, oh yeah, I can. Okay, and I'm going to have to cut it off. I'm going to cut it off right at that part there, where that big gem is, so that I can get around this corner. Just like so. It's pretty pliable and bendable, but there's areas that I have to cut it. Like right here. Okay, my jewel border is finished. And for this butterfly, I'm going to use my gold crushed glass. This is amber, extra fine glitter. It's Recollections. I have a silver from my local Dollarama, and I'm going to add 2 of my Totally Dazzled gems right away because I'll let the liquid glass be the adhesive for them. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go around my butterfly with my liquid glass, and I'm going to stay away from the body because I've got a bigger gem that I'm going to put on there. I'm going to take these gems and cover up this little cutout right there. Just going to plop that down. Now I have another clean paper towel because as soon as I'm done putting the crushed glass on, I'm going to pull it out of there. This way I don't need to mix up all of my crushed glass with the different glitters. And then I'm just going to put the other one back in. And I'm going to take my amber. And my silver. Okay, and there's my copper butterfly, and then later I'll add the other gems. Okay, now I'm going to work on the worn penny. And I'm going to add the jewel borders to this one as well, because the jewel border is tying in my bronze butterflies with the two copper ones. Okay, so for my worn penny butterfly, I'm going to use my crushed glass. This is a new one. This is Cinnamon Chunky Recollections. And I'm going to use copper extra fine. And I have two of my beads that I'm going to put on right away here. And I'm going to take my beads. And then I'm going to take my cinnamon. The copper. He's beautiful. Okay, I have two butterflies left, two of the bronze, and for this one I'm going to use my Roaring 20s. It's Spin-It brand. I get it from Michaels. I love this glitter. I've used it quite a few times. My champagne extra fine and my glass. I'm putting lots of crushed glass on this one. And then my Roaring 20s. And then finish off with the champagne. Okay, for my last butterfly, it's the bronze one, and I'm going to be using the vintage gold glass glitter and the copper. And then I have two beads that I'm going to put on right away. Okay, and then my copper. Oh, I did it again. I didn't take that out. It's not too late. I can strain that with a strainer. Okay, so all of my butterflies are dry. I've brushed them off, and there wasn't that much brush off. And now I'm going to finish blinging them up. And I have all of these beautiful brooches from Totally Dazzled. And I'm going to be adding those on here today. And I'm going to add more amber beads. So the first thing that I want to do, the brooches, they're really easy to pull the back off. Now I do have a plan for the way I want to place my butterflies on my backdrop canvas. And this one here is going to be in the forefront. So I'm going to use 2 of these brooches. They're very, very pretty. And one of my little ones. And then 2 of my amber beads. Okay, I've got my hot glue gun here. Cover that little hole there. Okay, now this butterfly is done. Okay, and we'll take another bronze, a little round bead here. Okay, and this is one of the flat back gems. Let's go with the copper. Now this one, I'm going to put this on. I thought it would look really nice with this part dangling. Now the worn penny. Now this one, I want to be able to cover up these 2 holes, but might be a challenge. Let's see if I can do it this way. And I'm just going to take a little piece of glass and glue it on there, and then that'll hide that one hole. Oh, these are so pretty. These are even beautiful without the Totally Dazzled gems. You don't need those, but you can get old brooches from thrift stores or dollar stores. Look for jewelry, cheap jewelry, right? You might even have some broken jewelry in your jewelry box. These are just to give you some ideas. Now there's one more thing that I need to do because I don't want to glue my butterflies on my canvas flat. I want to prop them up. Like I said, when I go to glue my butterflies onto my canvas, I want to prop them up. And the only thing that I could think of doing was using these little mini blocks. They come in little packages like this, crafts. And 3 of my butterflies I'm going to prop up with 2 of these blocks. So I have different heights. And then 2 of them just with 1 block. I'll be able to put the blocks on so you don't really notice them, but from the side we may. So I'm going to paint them the same color as my canvas so that it'll be less noticeable. But the first thing that I want to do is hot glue a couple of these together. And then I'm going to give them a couple of coats of the copper. Actually, the underside and the top side doesn't need to be painted. So it'll be easier to hang on to it without getting too messy. Okay, so I wasn't going to do anything else with my canvas. I wasn't going to put a border or a frame on it, but I think I'm going to use some more of my jewel borders just to give it a little extra pop. And these are going to be quite subtle on this canvas with all the blinginess on my butterflies. Just going to bring them in from the side a bit. And the only thing that I'm going to do that I'd like to point out is I'm going to stagger my bigger gem. So I'll cut this one off. Okay, now it's time to glue my butterflies onto my canvas, and then this will be complete. And I'm going to fiddle around a little bit on where I want them placed. I have a rough idea. I don't want to glue them down until I've got them in the exact spot that I want them. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do is glue my little blocks in place on my canvas without moving them. Just going to put a dollop of hot glue there and place that right back down in the same spot. Now I just want to try one to make sure it is going to work before I glue all of my blocks down on my canvas, because I don't want to ruin this whole thing if this isn't going to work for me, because I really want these butterflies propped up. It gives it a 3D effect and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Now I don't want it sitting flat on that block, so I'm just putting my glue right on the edge. Okay, and I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue right here where the wing hits the canvas. And then that's going to anchor that part down. Oh, that's perfect, you guys. That worked. For the two blocks, I'm going to put some hot glue on the edge there. Yeah, so that works. Puts them on the back side of the wing at the bottom where it's going to touch the canvas, and then on the block. Okay, everybody, here's the finished look. If you love butterflies as much as I do, you need to run out to your local dollar stores and pick up some of these wooden butterflies. These turned out awesome. I'm so happy with this. I love butterflies. And I'm tired of winter, so I'm getting ready for spring. Bring you in nice and close here. I'll give you a quick look from the side. And those blocks, you can't even notice them. They melt right into the canvas. That's why I wanted to paint them in the same color. I didn't want my eye drawn to them. Oh, this was so much fun to do. And you don't need to get the exact things that I have, right? This is just to help you get your creative juices flowing. I'm torn between this guy up here in the corner and this one down here in this corner as my favorite. Let me know in the comments which your favorite is. So yeah, you guys, if you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. It feeds the algorithm and it lets me know that you like this type of a video. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and you will be notified when I upload all my future videos. And as always, you guys, I so appreciate you taking the time to watch, and God bless.